Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Radio Public, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 18 available now. Yo, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram, or YouTube itself. What up, world? So, surprise review for y'all, because I know I forgot to mention it in my Dark Phoenix or my Secret Life of Pets review, but Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. I just finished watching it. It stars the voices of Troy Baker, Eric Bauza, Darren Criss, Baron Vaughn, Kyle Mooney, Bing Giro, Rachel Bloom, among a ton of others. Tara Strong. It's directed by Jake Castaneda. I hope I'm saying that right. Shredder and the Foot Clan are in Gotham City. They have teamed up with one of many of Batman rogue villains, and the Ninja Turtles are in Gotham. You know, Batgirl, Damian Wayne, Batman, they don't know if they friend or foe. They're going to find out. And of course, Batman got to figure out what's going on and get all of that madness out of Gotham City. I'm 3 years old. I'm 4 years old. 1989, 1990. Batman, Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson, the 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. These are like the first two things in geek culture that I really got hooked on, that I really fell in love with, and now they're in the same movie. Like this is just like geek heaven for me, man. Like so take this whole review with a grain of salt. Take this whole review with a little grain of bias, man. Cause it's just this is just a cool movie. Like, I know that it was comics. I know that there was a few issues of the comics. Like, the way they interact, of course the heroes fight when they're not on the same page and they don't know what the intentions of the opposite side are. And that's very cool. There's something like the Turtles are trying to figure out who Batman is. And I said, it would be cool if this happened. But then the exact opposite happened, and it was even cooler. Michelangelo is cutting up. Like, they all, like, it's the Bat family is basically Batman, Robin, Batgirl, and Alfred. And each turtle, you know, attracts or you know, links up with their own, with their same personality. Like Raphael, Robin, Batgirl, Donatello, Leonardo, Batman, and Michelangelo and Alfred. The dialogue is sharp, man. I thought there were a lot of cool references to properties past, whether it's the movie or animated series from the past. I thought it was so dope. And it's a cartoon, so cartoons can do things with villains. Like, there are so many bad guys in this movie, but there are like two top antagonists and other ones that just pop in, like, oh, that's cool that they got them into this movie. So it's not like nobody's like stealing the show, or there aren't villains in this movie that could have had more screen time. And then like they cross too, like Turtles fight Batman villains, Batman fight Turtle villains. Like, it's so dope. And I don't know, like, I'm trying to review it and not give nothing away, but like I'm honestly just in awe of the coolness. I think these two properties like just mesh together very well, and like the suit, like it's 2019, and the Dark Knight trilogy just made it cool that the bat suit has to be all black, all black logo, all black body armor, belt, cape, mask, all of that. There's a different bat suit in this movie, and I loved it. The look of the Turtles, I think, is kind of 2003 animated series, but they're like not as bulky. Like, I think they have their own body types like these remake movies had, but they still kind of have the look of the '03 movies. And like they looked good to me. Like I thought there wasn't anything about this movie that just stood out to me as something that I didn't like. The dialogue was witty. I think I said that earlier. Like it was funny, man. Like there were the jokes were well placed and they hit. There's a post credit scene and it sets up for what I hope will end up being a released sequel that could still be very fun. Like the post credit scene sets up a reason for Batman and the Turtles to team up again, and it's so dope. I was leaning towards an almost dope as fuck, but like it's just too much coolness in this movie, and there's nothing that I flawed. Like I was geeking out, grinning for most of the runtime. So with all that being said, man, I'm gonna say that Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is dope as fuck. Batman Hush comes out in August. I hope that can be a 5 as well, up there with Under the Red Hood, up there with Year One, Flashpoint, Dark Knight Returns. Dude, I love straight to video DC animated movies, man. Have you seen Batman versus Ninja Turtles, man? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. Um, I posted X-Men and Secret Life of Pets reviews, Godzilla, Aladdin, Ma, Rocket Man, John Wick. Check all of those out, man. Men in Black and Shaft both coming next weekend. Hopefully, the weekend after that, Toy Story 4, Child's Play. Hopefully, man. Rec League Podcast, 18 episodes in, episode 19 coming next weekend. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.